Hello everybody, I am Mike from the Rewatch Project with Hannah and Mike, and welcome back to another edition of Front Row, these music performance reaction videos. And I am back in the wonderful world of one Elvis Presley with a reaction to what looks like a performance from a movie of the song Edge of Reality. This has been recommended to me by a number of people, so I thought I would ask and you shall receive, and I will get into this in just a moment after I've reminded you that I do pause these videos, I do talk over them, and it's just how I choose to react. If that is not to your taste, then it is what it is, I'm afraid. I would, however, suggest that you do not follow my terrible example, and that if you are hearing or seeing this performance for the first time, that you watch it in its entirety before I pause and talk all over it. Also, we'd like to remind you to check out the other content on this channel, including the Rewatch Project of Hannah and Mike, the podcast where we go back and rewatch some of our favourite film and television franchises, in addition to the other film, TV, music, and general pop culture related goodness that also cohabits this channel. Likes and subscribes very much appreciated. Subscriptions make a huge difference to the channel. It raises the profile, helps people find us, and ultimately results in more people getting involved in the conversation, which is the primary motivator for doing these with a greater level of regularity. Speaking of which, feedback is very much appreciated, so please do drop a comment here on the channel. And last but not least, a reminder that we do very much appreciate donations via PayPal, but please only do so if you can afford to without causing yourself any financial hardships, because we certainly do not want that. So here we go, Edge of Reality, Elvis. Really don't know what to expect. He looks, this looks a bit like 68 Comeback Special Elvis. I don't think this is from the Comeback Special. I think this is from a movie. But he looks very sort of same sort of age, similar sort of styling that he has in some of those conceptual performances from the Comeback Special. So anyway, enough of me. Let's listen to Elvis. Oh. Okay, it's all straight in with the weirdness. Very 1968.
I walk along a thin line, darling. Dark shadows follow me. Here's where life's dream lies disillusion. The edge of reality.
This is different. Ooh. Okay, going to stop right there. Yeah, this is really different. This has got a kind of, it's got a bit of the weirdness that you associate with the late 60s. A lot of people were living on the edge of reality in 19 sort of, I'm guessing this is 68, 69, maybe 67, thereabouts. And, you've got that big brassy, slightly, I don't want to say psychedelic, but there is a kind of weirdness to this. But also there's a real feeling of John Barry here. This almost feels like it could have been like a Bond theme. I think there's been a couple of Elvis songs that have felt like that. And I've said before that, I think the two big sadnesses of music are that neither Elvis or Frank Sinatra or Dean Martin, these greats, didn't do Bond themes, and how perfect he would have been. I mean, I'm guessing, I don't know whether the Colonel would have controlled that, the idea of Elvis doing a song for someone else's movie when they had such a kind of cottage industry going themselves. But this does feel like that. And also the performative element of it, the lighting, it's got that technicolor mainstream surrealism that I would associate with things like Star Trek and the Adam West Batman series from the mid to late 60s as well. Has all of these qualities, but really different musicality from Elvis as well. It's got a very kind of almost rock opera strangeness to it. Elvis's movements and the surreality of the scenes, pretty out there. Kind of digging it. I'm not going to lie. I'm curious to know what the context of this is within the film, but I'm going to go back. This has piqued my interest. Wonderful gel lighting.
I walk along a thin line, darling. Dark shadows follow me.
Again, that great physicality, such confidence.
Here's where life's dream lies disillusioned. the edge of reality. Oh, I can hear strange voices echo, laughing.
Wonderful vibrato.
The borderline of doom I'm facing, the edge of reality.
I think another thing about the movie era from Elvis as well, and I've touched on this before, is that, you know, this was at the height of him also as a recording artist as well, because as well as making the films, of course, they were recording the soundtracks, you know, with incredible regularity. You know, they were really pumping these things out. And I think that's something that people forget, because the narrative, of course, is early Elvis, awesome. Early Vegas, Elvis, awesome. Movie Elvis, not so good. Late Elvis, not so good. And I think that there are significant exceptions to all of those negative narratives. I've seen some stuff from late in the Vegas years, if you want to call them that, that's exceptional. And in the movie era as well, I think this is when Elvis really shone as a recording artist as well. I mean, you may not like all of the songs, and I know that some of the songs were pretty, you know, superfluous. That's the narrative, at least. I haven't dug that deep myself. But the sophistication and the diversity of sounds and recording techniques. I mean, this is, if this was 68, this was pretty cutting edge sounding stuff and pretty sophisticated. And there was such variety from, you know, really basic kind of bluesy country and gospel that was just voices and piano, to these lavish, big, modern sounding performances. Yeah, wow. Never heard Elvis sounding like this before. Oh, like this. Great choreography as well. Wonderful movements from Elvis.
She drove me to the point of madness, the brink of misery. If she's not real, then I'm condemned to the edge of reality.
Oh, you tell him, son. What a performer.
She drove me to the point of madness, the brink of misery. If she's not real, then I'm condemned to the edge of reality.
Love that tune. Oh, it's all getting a bit much for him. There's a remix there. That is something I could imagine being remixed. That horn section, I can imagine people. Yeah, that was really interesting. It's really interesting seeing Elvis embrace the 60s of it all, of course, because that felt very 60s. You know, like I say, from the gel lighting to the disoriented, out of body psychedelia of the concepts of the song. But at the center of it, he's just doing his thing as well. You know, and that shows the elasticity of this guy, because he came up out of that the soup of American music, with bluegrass and Appalachian music and country and gospel and all of these kind of like founding genetics of music. And I think if you've got that in your DNA, then you really can apply that to anything. And this is a great example of that. And what a wonderful performance, and so different. And I feel like that's the kind of the Elvis Bond theme. And I'm a big Bond fan, so that's great. What could have been, eh? So, quick reminder that I do appreciate feedback. Please do leave comments here on the video and check out the other stuff on this channel, including the Rewatch Project with Hannah and Mike and the other film, TV, music in general, pop culture related goodness that also cohabits. Also, last but not least, PayPal donations very much appreciated, but as is always the case, only contribute if you can afford to do so without causing yourself any financial hardship. But otherwise, reach out, let me know what you'd like me to talk about, let me know what you think of these videos. I'll see you out there. Bye-bye.